Mr. Rouse mom died.
Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Life.
All right, we are here. Today is Monday, May.
Can you believe it is May? Excuse me.
Catch your voice.
May 15th.
It's that chocolate that you shouldn't have been eating.
And I'm not going to eat it again.
Always trying to eat something that's mad.
That high percentage. I mean, it was nothing sweet about it.
I tell you.
Just give me a hint.
That's what
I'm
you get.
Stick
Always
70%.
Always
C.
asking.
70% is a C, average.
Always asking for my
Average dark
stuff.
chocolate.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Always asking for my stuff.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
Shoot.
This Friday, it'll be 22 years.
This Friday.
I can ask for anything.
I need to be
Touch
asking.
your neighbor and say anything.
You got
Anything.
this. You got this twisted. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyway.
Yes. So Mother's Day was yesterday.
It was.
We had a good time. We went to Huntsville, Alabama. We were
Per my
spending
request.
time with none other than Superintendent of the Church of God in Christ, Alabama Jurisdiction, Superintendent Anthony Wheeler.
Okay, let's okay. He's the superintendent of the Legacy District.
Legacy did. Come on now.
Beacon Hill
Don't-
Worship Center.
Yeah, Bishop and Pastor.
Of multiple campuses.
Yes, multi.
And so I wanted to be there for Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful word that he delivered on yesterday. I promise you, it was good. Talking about how the woman had to give the prophet. He was like, make me a cake. Now she's sitting up there saying, this is what I need. He said, go make me a cake, But he really brought it home about what we're to do.
Yes.
What we're to do. And
yes. And then.
oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No.
You
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. No.
No, but I had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, we went out to dinner in
That's what I
Birmingham on the way home. Had a horrible service from.
They had a new person
Yeah, they shouldn't have put her
by herself
let
on
her
a
out
Mother's
to
Day
the-
rush.
I ended up needing to serve people their
He
food,
served it.
getting
Y'all,
drinks from the fountain
I
drinks.
promise you all, one day somebody's going to hire him on the spot.
Yes.
He cleans up the table. He
Clean up the
stacks
table,
dishes.
stack the dishes. I mean, you got to do that stuff, especially when you go out dating. You want to make sure that you have
Oh. That's supposed to make you
Yeah.
look good if you stack the plates.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have somebody that's going to give us some tips, though.
Oh, yeah.
My Golden State Warriors.
I mean, I don't need any
unfortunately-
tips. I've been married 22 years.
Yeah,
It's
you
for
might
the
need
other
some
people.
tips, though.
It's dating, not marriage.
Well, you might want to take me out on a date still.
and you will. You're going to
Yeah.
take me out Friday.
No, you going to take me. I think it's your turn.
Oh,
Shoot.
no.
Anyway.
I did it last year.
No, I did it last year.
No, you didn't.
Y'all, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. My Golden State Warriors, unfortunately, succumbed to the
Lakers.
LA Lakers. Unfortunately, I think they played some trickery in that game. The LA the
I
refs
think
did.
the refs.
Yeah, they won.
You
in
got to
Golden
always
State.
blame them.
Yeah, blame the refs. Because
Anyway,
I mean, there's
on.
some validity to LeBron getting old. That's an old man. He's
Leave
trying
him
to stick
alone.
around for his son, but he's an old man.
What,
you know.
is he really trying to do that?
Probably so. Yeah, his son just got to college. He's going to college next year, so he probably do like 2 and out, and then go to get drafted in the NBA so he can play with his
If
dad.
he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. JP probably knows a little bit more too about because I'm not a big Lakers fan,
I'm
but
ex-Christian about it.
yeah, the Christian too. Hey, we got a great show today, y'all.
But I have something to say.
What's that?
I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't know why I'm saying thank
Go
you.
ahead.
You put the nicest dedication to me
Mm-hmm.
on Mother's Day.
Wow.
Did you change the picture though?
No,
Why?
because people liked it, and I liked the picture. Wow. Yes.
But
so we
it was beautiful. You told
Make
me
sure you
what
go
I-
to my
what I
Facebook.
brought to the table.
Yes, all of
what
it is
I've
true.
done to the family and our children and the atmosphere I've created.
Right.
Thank you for noticing.
Yes, you have. I have noticed that. All of it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so very true. Out of the words
Such
of
a
Chris
long soliloquy.
Edwards. Yeah, out of the mouth of Chris Edwards.
Okay.
Hey y'all, we got a great show. We got a great show going on. Make sure if you're watching, make sure you let me know by saying hello in the chat. Would love to know who's streaming today. We have a great show today. My childhood friend.
That's good. That
We
you still
grew
have
up
a
together,
friend.
went to school together.
Oh, he went to Bishop? No.
No, we went to elementary school together.
Okay.
Yeah. His mom, I believe, his mom was the librarian at Washington Elementary School.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Thank God for people that work in the school system.
yes. And so now that school is dilapidated and Gary is looking
You didn't have
dilapidated.
to say that.
But I'm just saying. But no, my childhood friend John Porter. Let me read his bio before we bring him on.
Is he still in Gary?
No, he's actually in the southern Gary. He's in southern Gary in Georgia. Let me read his bio and then we'll explain. John Porter is a transplant, and well, this will say it all. John Porter is a transplant in the middle Georgia area. He grew up in Gary, Indiana, and Detroit, Michigan, and is a proud graduate of the Fort Valley. I guess they try to be like they try to be like the Ohio State. Anyway, no, I was just playing.
Robin Lattimore went to Fort
really
Valley.
the
Yes.
Fort okay.
He probably
The
knows Robin.
Fort Valley State University, and active member of some sorority. Oh, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity
That's so
Incorporated.
wrong. That's so
He is a proud father of amazing queen. John is a 20-year-old law enforcement officer that mentors several young men in the community. And his servitude reflects his simple motto of we all are called to serve.
That's true.
Want to bring on my friend, my long childhood friend, JP. Let's give him a hand. He
you're in a relationship, life is gonna life. Then you have persistence, privacy. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Uh, Persistence.
Persistent.
Have to be willing to be persistent. Privacy. You
Mm.
need to maintain some sort of privacy while you're dating.
So you're saying don't kiss and tell.
Correct. I know we're in a social media age and everything that, social media is real important, but it still should be some sort of privacy and sanctity to the relationship. And you don't want to pre-announce something that may not last.
True.
Protection. You ought
Protection.
to be able to protect, and I'm just not talking about physically. You need to be able to protect her emotionally, spiritually, as well as physically. Pain, it goes back to prayer and perseverance, because as we know, life is going to life and situations are going to occur. And you have to be able to be there with that person through the pain. You have priority. You have to make them a priority in your life. I don't care what's going on or what you may have going on. Life could be extremely hectic, but you still have to make that person a priority. And last and finally is peace. Uh, I know I'm at the point in my life where I'm all about peace.
Yeah. You gotta
If
have
it,
peace, Doc.
yeah, and anything that disrupts my peace, uh, I'm off of it.
Shoot, some of these women out here. Did I say that?
Now see, I only counted 11. Did I miss one?
You got
So I have prayer,
prayer,
purpose, plan,
Mhm.
punctuality, perseverance, persistence, privacy, protection, pain, priority, and peace.
You miss patience.
patience.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. That's good, man. I like those. Those are all now let me ask you this. When you came up with the 12 P's, is this biblically based as well, or how did you
It's actually both, especially with the prayer and purpose component. Because I believe in dating with a purpose. Because I think two people should join together, be kingdom minded, and doing God's work. Um, Especially if it's a purposeful relationship. A lot of times people kind of get purpose versus preference confused. They go by on preference and the good looks and all this, that, and the other, which don't get me wrong, everybody has their purpose. I mean their preference. But I think more successful relationships usually are based on purpose versus preference, because we all know life can happen. People get sick. People get old. As you get older, gravity is going to pull everything down and things are going to change.
my
And what
Lord.
else do you have? You have to have that purpose when you're dating.
Yeah.
I
So
agree
if
with
gravity
you.
pull them down, then you got to push them up by some means necessary. So you better go get you some silicones. I'm just saying, it's all a part of dating. How you gonna date? No, I'm just playing. Okay, go ahead. I get off subject.
No, well, I want to go to.
if you're trying to make yourself look nice,
Oh, I agree. You do need to keep yourself up. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. And
it's just like if your stomach, I'm trying to get right so I could date again.
you know when somebody lose 25 pounds and you can't tell them nothing.
Listen,
tell
I'm on
me
this
nothing.
same journey myself, so I understand.
What was your question, babe?
Well, it wasn't so much a question. I get what he means when it comes to purpose, because when him and we met, we were set up on a blind date. And so by my cousin. And our first date was so much purpose in it. It was ridiculous. I don't think we really understood it until after the fact. And he we were just both in a place where it was like, okay, what you want? Well, what you want? We were tired of the field. We were tired of the games. And it was like, I think we had both taken this and placed our own selves individually on the altar of the Lord and be like, work on me.
Right.
Not for the purpose of another person. Work on me for me and you. And we were ripe and ready for each other. And I mean, what first date do you have and you reading somebody's uh, initial sermon that they're preparing for and enjoy it?
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this.
No, let him
Oh,
comment on that.
go ahead.
That
Go
just
ahead. I'm
hit
sorry.
him.
That's good. That's how you know when purpose is driving the relationship versus preference.
Mm.
Um, and I'm all for purposeful relationships because to me they just seem to have more meaning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was going to ask, when it comes to, I'm trying to switch this account. When it comes to trying to find someone to date, I often tell women that they are not the ones that are trying, that they need to go out and seek for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But because that's not biblical, I say that it's the man that is supposed to come find you according to the word. So
Right.
can you expound on that some?
I think a lot of times, because it is biblical, because it says if once a man finds a wife, he finds his good thing and obtains favor from God. And a lot of times, women listen and take that to heart. However, which is true. However, you can't stay at home and expect for somebody to come knocking on your door and say, "Hey, I'm here and I'm going to be your husband."
Right.
The crazy part about it, God will place the woman in a position for the man to be able to find her
I agree.
in a lot of questions. And I always tell, some of my single female friends, they always saying, "Well, where can I meet a guy? Where can I meet?" I said, "Well, you can start out by church, sporting events, or Lowe's, or, hardware stores." And a lot of times, if it's meant for you, God will position you. And when it's your time, God will position you so he will be able to find you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that because you have to have some kind of social life.
Right.
Join some clubs, get a part of certain groups. I say definitely get involved with the singles ministry of your church if that's it. If you're not part of a church, you join maybe a wealth club or investment club, or you visit museums and find out what's going on in your local city, what festivals is coming up, or something like that. And so you get out, you meet people, you are seen, and then
Right.
when you go out, look presentable. I remember Juanita Bynum saying years ago, she was like, she was telling a single woman long time ago about how you expect to be seen, and you coming out, you always got on flip flops and pants, jogging pants and sweatpants that got juicy on it, and you got your hair bonnet on, and I mean just looking crazy.
Right.
And you want somebody decent to say something to you, and you mad at who does try to say something that's not what you want.
Right.
Present yourself in a way how you will want to be found and what you want to attract, basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. And I think also whatever your interests are, like for me, I've always been a music head. And if I'm a single female, or even a single guy, and I'm into music, I'm going to the different concerts that may be going on, especially in Georgia where you had outdoor venues. Uh, you have to go out to be seen, and that's for guys and ladies. But like I said earlier, God will put you in a position to where he will be able to find you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're absolutely right. You have to be presentable and present yourself as the queen that you are.
Do you think that dating back when the time we were growing up is a lot different than nowadays?
I think the basics are the same. I think you still have to, women are still expecting guys to be gentlemen. That's not going to change,
Yeah.
even though it has changed. Women still expect guys to be chivalrous. Depending on the guy that you're with, that's gonna happen. I think what made dating a little bit more difficult now is because we're in the age of social media
Right.
and we're connected to so many people, and there's so many dynamics. You can kind of hide who you really are on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and it was funny because I was talking to my sister the other day, and we were just having this conversation. And it was like, dating wasn't this hard back in the day, or it didn't seem like it. It was like you got the little notebook and you said, "Will you go with me?" Check yes or no.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, we go together. But that works when you're elementary school and when you're even in middle school and maybe even high school. But when you good and grown and the vicissitudes of life start to kicking in, you're gonna need something with substance.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, that wasn't a Gary word there. That was a
can't.
hard.
I cannot. I cannot.
Hey, where you learned that one from?
Fort Valley State University.
Okay.
Listen.
The number one HBCU in the state of Georgia.
Right. Shoot. What was that word again? What was it?
Vicissitude.
Vicissitude. What's that definition? Vicissitude. What's the definition of that?
Look it up.
Vicissitude.
See, that's what's wrong with Capitals. They want folks to get them stuff instead of going to look it up.
Let me say something. Didn't the Omegas didn't y'all have to keep a what was it? Oh, you had to have like a 3.0 or 3.5 to get in?
275, but we strongly suggest 3.0s.
Yeah,
it was Fort Valley State University. We had the highest GPA on campus,
and y'all had it at Indiana University in Bloomington when I was there.
Yeah, we party, but we also believe in scholarship.
I have. It was a man on campus. His name was Music Payne, Omega, member of Omega Sci-Fi, and he tutored me just one time. But it was so impactful. And he said to me, anything you want to learn, carry the book with you at all times. He said, take it to the bathroom with you. He said, if I ever see you on campus, I never want to see you without that book of that subject.
Right.
I never, mind you, I was going to college in the 90s. And he told me that, and I have told my children that. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They had the highest GPA on campus. Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody flunked out.
We're not talking about Omega.
I'm sorry.
We're not talking about Omega.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But y'all know y'all was the cutest on campus.
Yeah.
Campus has chivalry down to a science.
Yes. Anyway, you see, you done made me lose track of my... Cedric L. Jones is
The Changes of Life.
Yes.
He defined it for you.
Thank you, Cedric. Thank you. There's somebody on my side. I see. Yeah. If you all have any questions for JP John Porter, make sure you like, subscribe, and
this
share.
part I don't know. John, are you married?
I am not married.
Wow.
Yet.
Are we dating someone?
I am.
You are. Okay, well, I won't try to hook you up.
I am in a very healthy relationship.
And how long have you all been together in this healthy relationship?
We have been together we've been knowing each other for 9 months now.
Oh.
All right.
From the day we met to the day of our wedding was 9 months. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And it's just crazy how when you meet certain people, you automatically know that they're supposed to be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And you just have to figure out in what capacity.
In just what capacity. That's good.
So that's a good segue. So speaking of dating, how long do you think that like a person should date before they get married? I mean, because I know people that dated like years, 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still dating. And like, dude, nigga, I'm sorry. Dude, just
Wow. I don't know if I've ever heard you say
just
that.
marry the person.
Right.
Just come on, y'all. Dude, what does it take to, you scared to commit? You got a chick on the side. I mean, what is it? Just marry the female. But, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you taught me that when a man is really interested in you, he takes you off the market.
Yeah, I had to hurry him take you off the market.
For real.
Yeah.
Like he told me that. He said you don't have to beg for time. You don't have to beg for attention. And I'm be honest with you, he's consistent. 22 years, he's consistent.
Gotta make sure she stay off the market.
Yeah, and all of that is true. And I think it varies from person to person, guy, because I know some guys that are real mature in their 20s and that's ready to be married. Then there's some guys that's 30, they still trying to figure things out. And then there's some guys that I know that's in their 40s that still, isn't ready to really settle down. Trauma that they hadn't dealt with from their past. Two, financial stability. I think a lot of times people, and this is something I've learned in my tenure of dating, people have to individually get themselves together and make sure that they're together before they can join together and be in a relationship. Because you don't want personal problems and personal situations bleeding over into your relationship. And three, I think that people will get ready when they get ready. But I will say that the brother will, once he finds the right one, if he hadn't been thinking about getting right, he'll get right or mess around and get left.
Right.
Now that's the
correct.
truth. Now, cause
you said something there.
Yeah, you did. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When he took me off the market, he took me out of the hands of somebody else who was a member of Phi Beta Sigma.
Well, I mean that was easy to do anyway. But
you know what, Chris? Stop.
If it was Omega, or maybe even the Alpha, it'd be a little difficult. I would have had to put some work in.
So
but
wrong. That is so wrong.
The shade.
Anyway,
the shade.
Alpha friend, do not listen to this part.
Right. So he when we got engaged and everything, the word got out. I got a phone call. I wasn't around, but I got a phone call apologizing to me that they missed out, and they said whoever this is that took you away. I mean, my hat goes off. I had you, and he took you right out of my hands, out of my reach, out of my hold, and it was something. And it didn't take him long. It took him 2 weeks. I'm serious.
Yeah. Oh, I believe
it took Chris only 2 weeks, and Chris didn't even know. He didn't know.
Right.
He lived in Ohio.
No, he didn't. See, you know what?
Oh, that's the wrong guy.
Oh.
Some
get him, Mr. Porter, get him.
What was you about to say, JP?
No, I said, sometimes when you just know.
Yeah.
I know with my girl, at first she tried to keep me in the friend zone. And, because of the season that she was in. And, I would use one of the P's with being persistent. Because like I said, I knew when we first met that we were supposed to be in each other's life, but I just had to figure out what capacity. I knew what I was feeling. I knew that she was the one. I knew what God had spoke to me. And so I just had to get her on board personally.
Now, let me ask you this. So I got two questions. The first question I want to address is when it comes to dating, like for a woman, I think it's more sentimental though, when you think about it. But when a dude takes a female over to the family to meet the family, does that mean she's like in like Flynn and vice versa? What does that mean?
It depends. I know for me, if I'm bringing you around my family, that's pretty much introducing you to, my LBs, chapter bros and people that I know, and I'm introducing you to them. That's pretty much telling them that this is somebody that's going to be around. This is the one. But I know, like I said, I know some cats that will do that. They'll bring a woman around and, knowing good and well that they just probably bringing her as that trophy, that arm piece, because she looked good, just to get a reaction out of some of the other guys that are there. Yeah. But for the most part, if he's introducing you to his livelihood and his family and close friends, that's a definite yes that he's real serious about you and want to take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. All right, this next question.
Brace yourself.
We have someone watching that posed the question, what if you're in your 70s and your 80s? Yes. Female. So what do you have to say about that?
Didn't Robert De Niro just have a baby at 79?
He did.
I mean, listen, life doesn't stop because you were 70 and 80.
Melvin, you said it, and Melvin said it.
I know my aunt and my uncle. My uncle is 99 and my aunt is 95. They've been married 70, I want to say 78 years. So shout out to my Aunt Dean and Uncle Ted. And they still love on each other, hold each other's hand, just like they did when they met 70 plus years ago. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, hopefully at that age, the brother or sister done got somewhere and sat down and live out their golden years. Mm-hmm. But I think when it comes a certain time when when you're ready to settle down. And just like my cousin said, real love can happen at 80 or 70.
Yeah, at 70.
Matter of fact, I got another uncle. Him and his girlfriend now were high school sweethearts 60 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Both of them had been married. Their spouses have transitioned and died. And they reconnected after about 60 years. And now they're acting like they're back in high school and in love.
I don't have a high school sweetheart that I would want to reconnect with. No worries. No worries, bro. No worries. Okay. Now let's talk about you and folks that still liking your Facebook statuses. Ha!
I'm a Kappa.
Ha!
So wait, ladies can't like his stuff on his Facebook?
No, wait, we can't even go down that. No, that's gonna start an argument,
John,
for real.
That's gonna start an argument. It ain't just any lady.
That's gonna start an argument. Gonna start an argument.
Think about it,
All right,
John.
so
Think about it, John.
Next question.
Next question. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So let's see. Any questions out here? Yeah, he said real love can happen. So, we got a friend of mine. We got a cousin. We have a cousin. I hope she's watching. She's been single. Very nice young lady. And, I would love for her to find something. Well, I would love someone to find her. So, and I'm going to say this.
Oh, I hope she's listening.
I'm going to say this very loosely. And I hate to talk about our city that we grew up in, but it's like you ain't going to find nobody, that Northwest Indiana region, anyway. But do you have to take yourself out of your environment, Renelle, in order to find someone? That's our friend, our cousin, Renelle. But I'm just saying, John, do you have to take yourself out of your environment, something that you aren't accustomed to, in order to find somebody, in order to find, because it's just the same old people that you see every day in the city?
You know what? In her defense.
No, I'm just saying.
No, listen to me. In her defense, she is exposed to more than you think.
No, this is not so much about her, but I'm just saying, do you have to, it's a general question. Do you have to take yourself outside of what you're accustomed to in order to, find someone, or for them to find you? Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
It makes sense. I don't think you geographically know. However, you do have to be open to the options of exploration and being outside of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you aren't used to certain things and the person that you're dating is trying to expose you to something that you might haven't been exposed to, and it is kind of uncomfortable for you that you hadn't done it, that could be a good thing, because they're trying to get you out of your comfort zone. But geographically, I think you can find love anywhere, even in Gary, uh, Detroit, Macon,
Detroit.
anywhere.
Macon. I was just
Oh,
playing,
that's
man. I got jokes, man. But let's see. Michelle said, I always tell people to relocate to find a good one.
right. And here's the thing: it's certain geographical locations that are known as hotspots for singles.
Mm.
We do know that. You got Atlanta, you
Mm,
have
mm,
Houston.
mm,
Believe Atlanta, yeah,
Yeah, you can.
Atlanta
mm.
is a spot. Atlanta got its issues, but Atlanta is a hot spot. Uh,
Cause child, I got a lot of single friends here. I'm telling you,
yeah,
I'm
somebody
serious.
else said not making. Uh, so
Cedric
I
said,
think
"Get the book,
you know,
read the book, and work the book." Okay, Cedric, but go
yeah.
ahead, finish what you're saying.
But no, like I said, it's certain areas. Houston is a good area. Dallas is a good area. Charlotte is a good area. Los Angeles. But guess what? You're gonna have creeps in every city.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The key is just you. Sometimes, unfortunately, some women have to kiss a couple of frogs
Come on, Melva.
to get their Prince Charming. ATL don't want us.
No, I'm
You have to.
serious.
But here's the thing about Atlanta, and I think I can speak about Atlanta because I spent just as much time in Atlanta as I have down here. I think when you have the makeup and the ratio of 15 women to one guy,
Listen,
and
one straight
it's
guy.
more because we already know of what goes on in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that high ratio with the women. The men have a plethora. They have 31 flavors and they can choose from whatever they want. And so a lot of times they're less apt to put up with BS where they may say, well, you know what? This ain't working out. I'm gonna go try another flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you go somewhere else and you start dating somewhere else, it don't work. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try another flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So geographical locations do somewhat play a part, but at the end of the day, when you're ready, wherever you are,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be ready to get somewhere and sit down.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to ask you a question.
Mm.
I can't ask that question.
Nope, don't do it.
I can't ask that
Nope. I felt it, and I don't even know what it is, but don't do it.
I can't ask that.
You know, you cannot. Follow the Spirit. Follow the Holy Spirit. You cannot.
I want to ask you a question, but I can't ask you a question.
Well, you have to wait till we shut it down to ask that question. Don't text it either. No, because then he's gonna be tempted to talk about it. No, you got to sit on that one until 8:01.
Shanda Basha.
Speaking all the tongues, unknown.
So that just threw me off because I can't ask the question.
Okay, well,
I
let me
wanna
say
ask.
this so you can simmer down. Let me say this. Do you find it? And Melva says I'm getting what she's talking about. Absolutely. And I say that because when we lived here before in Atlanta and we moved to California, I went out with a bunch of sisters from the church.
Mhm.
Out of all of us, only 2 of us were married. So I told them, I said, if any of y'all get married, I will come back to your wedding. We left, gone so many years, came back 5 years later. Out of all of them, and I will say it was about 6 or 7 of them that were single. Only one got married when I came back. 1 in 5 years.
Mm.
And mind you, I'm not talking early 20s. I'm not
Right.
talking 30s. I'm talking 40 and up. Seriously. Something's
Right.
up with that.
I think
This
I think
cannot be a good place for it. I'm sorry. This just
oh
cannot
no,
be.
listen, now it's here's the thing. When a lot of women, I'm not saying all, and let me put this disclaimer out here because one thing, but I had to be honest and real and transparent. A lot of the women that I know and that I've experienced and that I know that are dating, they have this fantasy that once they go off to college, they are supposed to find their husband, get married, live happily ever after, the white picket fence, the two-car garage, and all this, that, and the other. And then when that doesn't happen, they start to focusing on securing the bag, getting the money. So
Yes.
they the next 5 to 6 years securing the
Hmm.
bag, getting the money. By the time they turn around, they're 30 years old in their early 30s. They're successful. They have the bag. Um, Now they're trying this thing called love out again. And because of a lot of times, sometimes people, like I said earlier, may have some unresolved stuff that they hadn't dealt with themselves. And they consume themselves in work.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times, by the time they're 30, in their early 30s, they have this mentality, well, I'm making six figures, I'm doing good. That's when they start focusing on these preferences that they want. Well, he needs to be 6 feet tall. He needs to make six figures. He needs to do this. He needs to do this. But by the same token, are you asking and requiring? You have the same thing that you're asking and requiring. So by this time, when they can't find this brother that makes six figures, 6 feet and all this good stuff, they're in their 40s. Now they're kind of pressed to try to hurry up and try to, mentally, it's almost like they're forced to try to see what else is out there because my biological clock is ticking and this, that, and the other. And a lot of times they make the wrong choice and
Mm.
end up being in the situation that they're not in. And I know that's not for all women. That's not for, I'm going to say a lot, but
Mhm.
it's a high percentage of them that are going through that stage in their lives. And by the time they look up, time be done went by.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's a hard, sad truth. And that's why I said when it's about purpose, people need to get out of this mind about preferences because you messing around with preferences, you're gonna miss the boat every time. And you can miss exactly what God has for you. And here's the thing. People need to stop looking for finished products in other people
Wow.
because people constantly evolve and people constantly change on a daily basis.
Hmm.
I'm not the same person that was at Fort Valley State University. I'm not the same person 15 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. People grow up, they mature, they change, and people need to stop thinking that people are the same that they were 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago because people constantly change and evolve.
That's good. That's some. You said a
Yeah,
earful.
that's true.
Let me ask you this. So when it comes to dating, how do
Hmm.
you deal with like the first major blow up, the first major disagreement?
My God, my God.
Ooh, Cedric just said something. Okay.
My, that's good.
Yeah, that's good what Cedric just said.
What do you
The
say?
the first blow up.
Oh.
I think it depends on the person individually and how they roll with each other. Some people may need some time and space. Some people want to deal with the issue head on. Some people want to go ahead and come up to some type of resolution, right? I think you have to do what works for you. Here's the thing: what worked for me in my previous past relationships, and this is something that I had to learn actually from a ex from 7, 8 years ago. You're gonna have arguments, you're gonna have fights, you're gonna have blow ups. But the key is when you having these moments and having these fights, you have to be able to fight fair. You're arguing to try to get your point across versus trying to get your lick and hurt the other person. Because I know me, I got a real sharp fly mouth. I got a real fly mouth. And sometimes what come up is gonna come out. So I know before that happens, I need to take a, chill pill. I need to go sit for a minute because I don't want to say anything that offends you because words hurt just like a doggone fist do. And you don't want to ever say something that you regret saying. So, you're going to have arguments, but I think you should take time out and say, listen, babe, we need to take time out, revisit this later because we'll need to have this conversation while both of us are heated.
Cedric said we have to learn how to listen to understand and stop listening to respond.
That doors of the church are open.
Yes. Yes.
And he is absolutely right. And what I had to learn, we had to learn to comprehend and listen. There's a difference between hearing and actively listening and comprehension because you have to make sure that the other party comprehends as well as listening. Because if I say something in the heat of the moment, I might not be in the arena to process it immediately. So if it's a heated argument, it's best to just kind of sit down, just chill, and come back and revisit the whole discussion that y'all were having before.
What do you say would cause a relationship just to say, okay, you know what, I give up. You won. Hey, let's split. I'm. You go your way, I go my way. How do you because some people may want to hang in there, for the long run, but another person may already see the signs on the wall that this ain't gonna work out.
Yeah. And what was the question?
So how do you set that standard? Okay, to realize that this ain't gonna work out.
I think
the measuring tape. What's the measuring tape to say, okay, this is, what, we got to depart.
I think you have to have the lines of communication open.
Mm-hmm.
When you have these open communications and you have an open dialogue and you see that things aren't going the way that they need to go, I think that you got to unfortunately have that uncomfortable conversation and figure out what it is that you need to do, whether it's to stay together, whether it's to take a break, or whether it's to just call it quits. And like I said, a lot of times people don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations, but they are necessary, unfortunately.
Where can people find your book at?
Amazon.com. Or they can reach out to me on Facebook at John Porter. And the crazy part about it, I'm actually sold out. I have another batch coming in next week. But right now, go on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon.com. I promise you, this little small book will bless your entire soul.
Bless your soul.
You got to read it, apply it, and do the work. You got to put in the work.
Folks, and that's what folks don't want to do nowadays. They don't want to put in the work.
Right. Unfortunately, we're living in the microwave society where people want what they want, when they want it, how they want it. And I'm guilty of that too. But as I get older and as I mature, I realize that I can't always have things my way. And you have to be willing to compromise.
So, if and when y'all get married, hopefully we make it to the guest list. All right, I said it. Because I can tell you that's going to be a fun wedding right now.
Oh, yeah. Is she part of the sorority?
No, she's not.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Mm-hmm.
What is that?
She's from
supposed to
Macon?
mean?
No, she's from the ATL.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. She stay in my neck of the woods. She stay in that neck of the
Why
woods.
you say
Mm-hmm.
No, I just said she stay in the Ville.
that? No, that ain't what.
Yeah, we gonna have to. Y'all gonna have to come by next time. When next time you gonna be up this way?
That's a good question.
Man,
Cause right now,
you ain't being persistent, man.
oh no, Here's the thing. No, what I'm trying to do is
Uh-huh.
trying to navigate some stuff so we can be better together,
Mm-hmm.
and I can be that husband that God has called me to be.
Okay.
All right, all right, all
Mm.
right.
I got to put together workshops. I got to put together all kinds of stuff because I've never been married, and I've
Really?
always said I'm only doing it one time. I had good example with my mom and dad. My mom and dad were together 40 years before my mom died, and every day wasn't perfect. I know they had their issues, but the thing about it, they stuck with it, and I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of times people now are so quick to throw in the towel and move on. And, they hadn't even taken time to get the residue from the previous relationship off of them,
Mm.
which creates a whole nother issue. But I promise you, get the book.
Get the book.
I have a part 2 coming out. It's going to be the 12 P's of a relationship. It's going to probably be out around December because this is a 3-part series. The first one is dating. The second one is going to be the 12 P's of relationship. And when I say I do, me and my wife are going to sit down and we're going to do the 12 P's of marriage.
Wow.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow. How long? You say y'all been dating nine
9
months?
months.
Yeah. Where did y'all meet?
The crazy part about it, man, out of all places, TikTok.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Is she like a TikTok star? Like she got 50,000 followers and stuff?
Yeah. She's a life coach and she's a motivational speaker.
Is
And
she sitting in the comments? Was she commenting?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we gonna
Is
have
Melva and Cedric, are they married? They got okay.
No, that was actually one of the good deltas from Albany State University, and Said is my cousin, who's actually a pastor in Detroit, Michigan, who's relocating down here to
Oh
Georgia.
no.
Oh, we got to connect. All of us. Seriously.
Most definitely. Yeah, like I told Chris, I said it'd be good to see. I know I hadn't seen him in uh
Hey.
almost 30 years.
Pastor Diggs. We got another pastor
Yes.
watching too.
This is
Pastor
this
Diggs.
our worship family. This our church family.
Yes, sir.
This our AAMU family.
What Cedric said, what did he say? That's because people think that the end is the wedding. The end is until death do us part. The wedding is just the beginning.
That's the truth.
You know what, man? My mom and dad always said, you know what? Don't you have this big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Because these big weddings, 9 times out of 10, they end up in divorce. You better go ahead and have your little small wedding, go on about yourself and get married. And I think it's some validity to that.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
But see, the thing about it, people plan for the wedding but
Yes.
fail for the marriage.
Yes.
Wow. Y'all put that in the chat.
That's one thing that I said that me, it's just me. I'm not going anything half empty. When I say I do, that's it. We do. And like I said, I got to be in a position to where I can be that husband that God called me to be.
Michelle, Michelle Campbell?
That's my cousin.
Oh,
She's from
yeah.
the
She said cousin Cedric didn't want to diss men in the D, but good thing that you're moving. Wow.
Marriage is a commitment. Marriage it's a lifestyle. It's a state of mind. And I say lifestyle and state of mind because when you're not around your spouse, you're still married.
I think
Right.
you still
Carry yourself likewise. Not, the cat's away, I can play. No.
right.
No.
and how I know that this thing for me is real is because I don't see anybody else but her.
Oh, that's good. Tunnel vision. Come
Oh,
on. Just for
Lord.
her.
And you know, I get DMs on the regular,
Come
you
on,
know,
DM.
folks shooting their shot and all this
Oh,
that.
wow.
This is mm-mm. But
Cassandra.
it took me all these years to finally get here.
Wow.
And that was one of the things that I told her from the beginning, you know, I was a ladies' man. The ladies love me and I love the ladies. And I didn't, you know, but like I say, I've matured, matriculated, and grew up. And I'm not that same person that I was at Fort Valley State or even 10 or 15 years after graduating from Fort Valley State.
No, you need to go all the way back to
Getting the
Washington.
best version of me.
You need to go all the way back to Washington Elementary. That's where you need to go back to.
Man, look at him.
Right. Shoot. You know Cassandra Bean?
No,
Benning?
Benning. I grew up with her.
Oh, you grew up with her. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Cassandra, she's single?
You know what?
She might be
no, I don't think she.
Okay.
No, I think she is.
Okay.
I
You
think
got
she
any
is.
eligible Omegas out
Good,
there?
great woman of God. Great
yeah,
woman
I
of God.
know a lot
Licensed
of good brothers.
missionary. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So if y'all, you know, maybe you need to start a love, like a love website or some connection website. So
Well, that's one of the things I'm actually in the process of doing. I'm gonna do a couple of workshops and what I call the Gold Boots and Honest Truths. And what is going to be a
Oh.
webinar and seminar. We're going to be discussing the book, of course, but we're also going to be talking about key ways to navigate through this season of dating.
what do you think about the book that
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey wrote?
I think a lot, you know, Steve get a lot of flack from a lot of people because he said a lot of people say, well, how has he been married 3 times and this, that, and the other, and how he going to write a book? In my opinion, I think that gives him experience to be able to say where he messed up at in the other marriages. One thing I can say about Steve now, Steve look like he is happily in love.
Oh yeah.
I think that, they complement each other.
Yes, they do.
But it is some truth in what he was saying in the book. I know, like, when you're dating, and some, people might not want to hear this, you have to take sex out the table. Because one thing you don't want to do is, because one thing, soul ties are real. And you don't want sex to complement or confuse matters and make things more complicated than what they actually are. Because when you're having sex, you really ain't thinking straight. That should actually be the cream,
The gravy
the
on
cream
the
top.
Yeah. Now what about nowadays? Well, even back in the day, I gotta test the waters out before I get married. Well, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Holiness is still right.
All right. Holiness.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's a mentality.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, something that I said that I was going to hold dear and true this go round.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You made a promise to yourself. That's good.
And not only that, because I know that the anointing that she has on her life, I don't want to jeopardize that as well.
There was a recent article. Okay, I don't know if you saw this yet. Tom Brady has been secretly dating blonde superstar after Giselle's divorce. So like all these, especially the Hollywood folk, they tend to go from woman to woman and date. I mean, there's so many marriages. Like,
because they don't want to be lonely. They want that companionship.
Well,
right.
Yeah, well, we getting into marriage on this next question. I was like, well, should they sign a prenup? And, that's...
Teach his own. Teach his own.
Yeah.
All right, well, again, you can find the book on Amazon.com. Look up the name John Porter.
JP!
Or you can look up the 12, please say it again, the 12 P's of
12
dating.
Of dating.
Yes, the 12 P's of dating. And this is part 1 of a 3-part book series. So please go and support. Please go and support on Amazon.com and let him get a report from Amazon saying, yeah, we had to create some more books.
Yes, sir.
However they choose to do, however they let you know.
We're about to get a little rain here.
I hear the thunder is rolling.
Thunder. Well, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate everyone. Those people that are watching, if you can bump over to YouTube, we stream on YouTube as well. Please like and subscribe and share this broadcast. This is a good topic. We're gonna definitely have to have you back on.
Yeah.
Anytime.
To talk about it, to talk more.
He got another book coming, so we probably have you on. You come out with it in December. We should talk about it in December, because December is when people they want to be loved, be cuddled up with somebody at Christmas. You get a lot of proposals at Christmas. So
right, they want to take those infamous Christmas pajama pictures.
Come on,
right,
looking like a postcard. Yes.
Yeah.
My Lord.
With somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But that's neither here nor there.
Or
but listen,
they grab somebody to bring around the family so nobody can mess with them. Leave them alone. Stop asking them all them questions. Yeah. They want to look like they fit in because everybody else is married. That's in their age group. Oh yeah.
Right.
Man, we appreciate you, man. I know that we coming up on the hour, and like I said, if you all are watching, please go out to our YouTube site and like and subscribe. We're trying to get
Carlette Live.
We're at 188 subscribers on YouTube, but on Facebook we up to like almost 700. But we're trying to transition over to YouTube. So make sure you all, Cedric and Michelle and the rest of you all, no problem. Pastor Cedric Jones, we're gonna have
Pastor Jones. When you get here, let us know. We would love to come visit and support the ministry.
Yeah. Where his church is gonna be in Macon?
Yes, sir.
Oh well. No, Pastor Jones, we gonna come to Macon. We gonna come to Macon and make some bacon. Okay.
I'm gonna have my 9 on me though. But yeah, why don't you just come on up to west of Atlanta and come on.
No, we're going to come to Macon and have a good time.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to be like ducking.
But listen, Pastor Jones said he going to have his 9 too.
One thing about it, you safe where you would be, man.
Okay.
That's right. Law enforcement.
Oh, yeah. You probably got a shotgun and everything else. Okay.
Pistol packing.
Well, yeah, he is from the D, so he good. We good. So.
He from the D and the G. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to have to get one of them presidential cars with the bulletproof glass and all that.
3 layers to the door and stuff.
No, man, we just joking. But yeah, we will be down, man. We actually passed through Macon when we go down to Florida, so maybe we have to make a pit stop. So
and I promise you, man, next time I'm in the Ville, I'm gonna definitely hit you up.
Okay, definitely. All right, man. Will you take it easy, man? We'll talk to you.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me. This was a pleasure.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
All right, y'all get the book.
Yes,
get the book.
12 P's of Dating. Amazon.com.
12 P's of Dating.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
John Porter, look him up.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Man,
yes, Pastor Jones. Yes, we will connect, sir. We will connect.
Yes. So, that was good, man. I'm glad.
That was a good topic.
Connected with my old friend, John Porter, man. It's been so many years since we last saw each other. I didn't even know where he was,
Wow.
So it's a lot of friends. Latrice hooked us up.
That's good.
Recently. I come to find out that my wife is very spoiled, y'all. This Mother's Day was very difficult, though, for me because she asked for a present, she asked for dinner, and she asked
to be in Huntsville.
And it was just a lot, y'all. The pressure was on. and then I'm going all over Kingdom Come. I just got her a new Series 8 watch with the
Thank
cellular.
you for my gift.
Yes. And, even though she's not techie, she always, anytime I get, like, if I get a iPhone, where's my iPhone at?
So what he does is now he gets mine's first. And I know then whatever, like if I have a 32, that means he got a 64. If I got a 64, that means he got 128. It won't be on the same level. Trust me. It will not be. You can make a movie on his phone.
I'm going to have to stop spoiling you. I'm going to start pulling back some.
Okay, well, when I pull back too.
No, that's okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you,
Dana,
for subscribing. But yeah, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We love everyone that is viewing.
And we appreciate share the word.
Share the word. We want. Hey, if anybody has any connections, we would love to get on XM Radio on Saturday. So if you have anybody out there knows anyone that is associated with the Radio 1, I believe it's under Radio 1 XM Urban View radio station, please reach out to them and say, hey, we got this couple that would love to come have our own syndication on XM Radio. So reach out to them, please. Thank you. All right, y'all. Carlette, close us out, please.
So listen, I tell you all every week, pray and pray some more. Seek the face of God. Listen, call him while he may be found and near. Listen, you don't know what to pray for? You can turn on the news and find out something to pray for. Every day, every moment of the day, there is something to pray for. The Bible tells us to pray without ceasing. That's not always meaning that you're on your knees, on your face, but it is a spirit of prayer it's a conversation that there is no period, there's a comma until next time, till we speak again. Keep that open communication with the Lord, okay? He is here. He wants to hear your voice. He wants to hear your prayer. He wants to hear your cry. We appreciate you. We love you, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Thanks for joining us this week on Chris and Carlette Live. Make sure to visit our website, chrisandcarlette.com. If you're on Facebook, share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our show. You may also find us on Apple Podcast, where you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Let us stay in contact with you by texting CNC Live to 474747. That's CNC Live to 474747.
CNC Live.